Welcome back, everyone. Playing some Astor Bearer of Blades today. Let's take a look at this opener. 4 lands, Blade of Selves is fun. I think we can make this work. Kinda got some of our late game stuff in here. Parhelion is basically our win condition. There's a couple ways to search it out, but it's not the easiest thing to dig out of our deck. Thalia's Lancers and Enlightened Tutor are about it. Could add a Search for Glory, just ran out of room in the deck. Springleaf Drum for opponent. Brings it to our turn 1. There's a fetch land. Probably didn't need another land right there. Let's play the Marsh Flats. I'm actually not going to crack this just yet, because if we draw another red source, then I'll get Mistveil Plains, but if we don't, then I'll probably get a dual land. So anyway, yes, we're playing Astor Bearer of Blades, and we're playing the vehicles version of the deck, because you can go either vehicles or equipment. I suppose you could do a little of both, but that might be kind of tricky to get the balance on that right. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, has some pretty cool abilities on it. Astor is 4 mana for a 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal an equipment or a vehicle from among them, put it into your hand, rest on the bottom. Equipment you control have Equip 1, and vehicles you control have Crew 1. Which is just a really cool set of abilities, and gives you some interesting things to build around. You can use the very expensive equipments, and you can also use the very expensive crew vehicles very easily, which is pretty cool. So definitely like the design of this. Haven't played it yet. This is the first time out with it, but should be pretty cool. There's another, oh man, another Plains. Rough. All right, well, looks like we're getting the mountain then. Get a plateau. Play the command tower, play Blade of Selves. Luckily, there's card advantage built in to our commander, so we literally just need to cast it, and in theory we should get something into our hand. Hopefully something we can actually cast. Also, I did put a poll up on my Patreon main page, and the overwhelming majority of people wanted to see the vehicles version of Astor, and not the equipment version. The equipment version gonna look pretty similar to a lot of equipment decks I've played on this channel, so I totally get that. Probably not a ton of new interesting card choices there. Argentum Armor and Cauldron Complete, Batterskull, are probably going to be some of your top-end equipment, but everything else is probably just going to be your usual sort of X and Y, Mask of Memory type stuff. I guess Colossus Hammer gets really good with that too. But basically the same set of equipment that are good with Brunor, except Brunor is good with like all equipment. Brunor is a weird deck. Anyway, opponent gets themselves a Skull Clamp. Yeah, those are good. Those are good. Brings back to our turn. There's a mountain. Wow, just hitting all the lands. Just so much land. I guess we play the Nykthos in case of a wheel. And we pass like that. I can't wait to cast our commander and hopefully get past this pocket of lands. What have we drawn? 3 in a row? That's how you lose a game. Talking about Brunor for 1 sec, the thing that makes Brunor interesting is the pump effect, because that makes it so you don't just need to run Argentum Armor and similar type of equipments with it. It also means running like an Explorer's Scope is actually still pretty deadly, like the really cheap equipment. So I think Brunor is a very interesting commander. Astor doesn't quite do that, but it does have a bunch of other cool things on it. The other thing in this deck, too, is that we do have some ETB synergy. Getting the balance on the number of creatures versus the number of vehicles is always going to be a thing. And there is some possibility that I'm trying to do way too much in this deck. But we do have, like, Teleportation Circle and Conjurer's Closet, a few of the instant speed effects like that as well. Oh, I see where this deck's going. Yeah, there's a Moonblessed Cleric and an Impact Tremors, and we get hit by the Impact Tremors. Probably going to want to fire some removal in Fish's direction kinda soon. There's a Sword of Hearthenholm. Well, it's something we can do. Yeah, let's play a land. We'll get the High Market in. And then cast our commander and hope we hit something cool. Ooh, Consulate Dreadnought, you say? Yeah! That is a card that becomes exceptionally good in this deck, where it is generally not good in most other decks otherwise, but basically only commanders that allow you to cheat the crew cost is where you want to run this deck. That's a Keeper of the Accord. I'm jealous. Love me Keeper of the Accord. Pull some of these lands out of our deck so we stop drawing them. What else did we reveal? I didn't see the rest of the cards we revealed. Didn't pay attention. Hopefully we're past all the lands now and can actually draw cards that matter. That would be sweet. The question we'll have to face is... Actually, we might be able to do both. We might be able to get the Sword of Hearthenholm, equip it, hit someone, blink our commander, and also cast the Consulate Dreadnought. Oh, or we could equip this Blade of Selves also. Well, that seems pretty ridiculous. I guess we should do that. Sword of Hearthenholm, Blade of Selves, all the card advantage? That's silly. Skull Clamp onto the Moonblessed Cleric. They attack our way. Yeah, we'll just take that. Would prefer to not give them cards yet. What did Fish search up with that? Restoration of Igonjo. Solid card. One that I need to run a little bit more than I do. Was in this deck for a hot second, and then I cut it. Trying to get down to 100 from like 125 or something like that. So out it went. Keeper of the Accord triggers. Yeah, that's both triggers. It's a good place to be. Good place to be. That actually means we are behind on ramp, which I'm not loving. Hearth and Home can get us caught up a little bit, I guess. Let's play the Plains, play the Hearth and Home, equip the Hearth and Home for 1. Not supposed to be the equipment version of the deck, but we've drawn the, 3 equipment in the deck. Equip the Blade of Selves. This should be pretty silly. Everyone looks tapped out, so I guess Fish could have 1 mana up, although we've got a Hearth and Home on there, so pro-white. I guess we swing into Fish. So Fish posed a funny question in the chat before the game, which was, moral dilemma, do you kill Fish first or do you kill Mango first? And I said, I don't know. It'll be a tough decision, but a funny talking point nonetheless. Does this thing have Vigilance? Oh, it's because we haven't actually attacked yet. Swing into Fish. There's the Myriad trigger. So 1 into Mango and 1 into Xeno, but they will die to the Legend rule. Yes. Yes. Choose an Astor to keep. We'll keep the original. But we do get 2 ETB triggers. Fill that hand up. There's a Mech Titan core. Sweet. Another one of our win conditions. Puts us at 7 cards in hand. This next one is going to be a little awkward. We got Surge Hacker Mech, which is removal, which I think we're going to want. That's the card draw one. Yeah, let's go for the Surge Hacker Mech. Does put us to 8 cards in hand. We could either discard an artifact and look to get it back with the Razor Hippogriff, or we could just... oh my god. We have a Hearth and Home trigger. Yeah, blink our commander. Let's do it again. Just pull all the vehicles out of our deck, and we'll get a land into play, get a Plains. We'll actually be able to get a card out of our hand, which is cool. And a Cultivator's Caravan. Sure, why not? Grab the Cultivator's Caravan, exile the Myriad tokens. They're already gone, though. And then cast this Consulate Dreadnought. Not a bad little turn. Still 8 cards in hand. We'll have to discard something. Yeah, opponent's going to get another Keeper trigger. Seems good. I think we just discard the plane. We are going to run out of land drops at some point. We'll just discard the Parhelion, I guess. We're not that far away from Parhelion, although when would we cast it, I guess, is the question. Yeah, we'll discard the Parhelion. Hopefully it doesn't get exiled from our graveyard. Because I'm just thinking we can get a bunch of life back with the Hippogriff. I'm thinking about our land drops. It's turn 5 right now. We don't have card advantage in the way that, we're going to get a ton of extra lands, although Hearth and Home helps a little. But, if we can hit our land drops through turn 7, I think that's going to be a pretty good idea. But, man, the value that turn, the value was crazy. Blade of Selves and Sword of Hearth and Home. I'm very excited to build the equipment version of this deck now. So you guys probably already saw it, but when I do the equipment version of this deck, it'll probably be budget equipment, just so it's a little bit different than every other equipment deck that I've played. But should be fun. Anyway, with that, let's take a look at what our opponents are playing. First up is Illegal Xeno piloting Basandra Battle Seraph, a very old school commander. Beautiful artwork from Those Who Have Been Cancelled. I sorely wish this card was 4 mana. At 5 mana, it's very slow. It can do some interesting things. Notably, it shuts off Teferi's protection and fog effects and stuff like that. Generally because you wait till the last second to play those cards, and it'll get you. I've been gotten by Marisi with it a lot. The target creature attacks this turn if able. Never seems to be quite as good as you want it to be, but every once in a while it can do something. I would love to force an Oracle of Moldiah into an attack or something like that. Never seems to come up though. She comes down at a weird point in the game where you cast her and then the board gets wiped, and then it's generally not worth it to recast her. So I think Xeno's on the right play here of kind of setting up a bunch of other things first and seeing if that board wipe comes down, then casting Basandra. That's probably the way to do it. Fish gets to level 2 on the Restoration of Viganjo. In the middle, we've got Mango piloting a new one. We got Shanid Sleeper Scourge. Mardu for a 2/4 with Menace. Other legendary creatures you control have Menace. Whenever you play a legendary land or cast a legendary spell, you draw a card and lose a life. So, Mardu legendary? Love it. Seems like a cool deck. Oh, that's an Avenger of Zenda card. Don't love that! Oh god, it's going to be so much damage with Impact Tremors. Well, it's a good thing we put the expensive artifact into the graveyard for the Hippogriff, because this is going to hurt. Mango also followed up with a Kadric Soul Kindler, another new one, as we get blasted with these Impact Tremors. 4 mana, 4/3. The legend rule doesn't apply to tokens you control. Sweet. Another Mirror Gallery type card. Whenever another non-token legendary permanent enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1. If you do, create a token that's a copy of it. That token gains haste, sacrifice it at the end step. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm excited to build around that, actually. So Mango got a cool little theme going on over there. And then Fish, piloting Jinnie Fey, Jetmir II, another relatively recent card. Here's a bunch of 2/2 cats with haste. Double check all these effects over here, make sure we're not going to get blasted with something. I think we can block one and eat it. Anyway, Jinnie Fei says, if you would create one or more tokens, you may create that many 2/2 green cat creature tokens with haste, or that many 3/1 green dog creature tokens with vigilance. Ah, so I see. Instead of the plant tokens for Avenger of Zendikar, they went the cat tokens with haste, which in the long run is probably better because they're not going to get the +1/+1 off the Avenger of Zendikar, making landfall, which is good. So in theory, they should stay at 2/2s, at least until Fish plays something else where not nearly as busted as just cast a land and, you know. Oh, God, we're down to 19. Yeah, we're going to want to think about that Hippogriff pretty soon. There's a Colossal Plow. Won't have haste, unfortunately. Didn't find any removal. Let's play a mountain. Search Hacker Mech is a little bit of removal, which is a thing that would be good for us. Oh, we don't have haste. Don't have haste. Oh, we need haste real bad right now. Probably gonna add some haste into the deck. Hippogriff gets us another creature, which allows us to crew more, and that's probably where I'm at. Let's get the Hippogriff. Unfortunately, wish we had more artifacts in the graveyard to trigger this thing more. Yeah, get the Hippogriff. What is this? So bring the Parhelion back to our hand. I'm glad I put the Hippogriff in here. I'm like, well, because Sanctum Gargoyle is the other one you can run with. It's 1 mana cheaper, but does not gain you the life. Puts us back to 27. Feel a little bit better about where we're at. What next? With 2 mana, we could cast Mech Titan Core or Smuggler's Copter, or also the Plow. The Plow would be nice for the mana. We don't have the 5 on the Mech Titan Core to do the thing, which means probably the Plow. And I know I'm giving up on like the sword right here, but I think we just need blockers. Unless someone's going to drop a board wipe, I think blockers are where we need to be right now. Basandra into play. Someone remember that we can't cast spells during combat. Been gotten by that ability a lot of times. Yeah, I think this deck wants a Fervor. It'd be a lot better if we had haste on a lot of these things. Hazard's Monument, and Mango will draw a card and lose a life. Oh, you could do, this would be a good deck. You can do the 5-color monuments, because you can actually run every monument in any deck just because they don't have any mana symbols on them. Even if you're not getting the cost reduction, getting the blue one that taps stuff down, the green one that makes stuff huge, pretty helpful. Austin from Commander 99 used to run a deck like that. It was pretty sweet. Gets a second Hazard's Monument. Appeared to have Legend Rule? Legend Rule, I think. Although, doesn't apply to tokens you control. Was it not a token? I'm very confused about what just happened. Yeah, this thing's going to flip over into the backside and make a 3/4 that spits out more tokens. Hoping Fish doesn't have anything too big in her hand. Otherwise, it's going to be bad. It's going to be real bad. Orin Frostfang. Oh. Well, it's going to be tough to block now. Impact Tremors. Skull Clamp on the Moonblessed Cleric. Xeno is going to force the commander to attack. That's something. Though it's going to have Death Touch, so, you know, whatever blocks it, probably going to go down. Big attack into Xeno. Okay, thank God it's not us. Block the Moonblessed Cleric. They'll draw cards, unfortunately. Block that one. Ooh, gonna give up Keeper of the Accord to take down the commander. I was thinking about building the Warrior and Core deck. If you guys have never seen these are very old school cards at a stronghold. Pay 0. The next 1 damage that will be dealt to this creature is dealt to another target creature instead that you control. So you can redirect all the damage to this guy to something bigger that would, in theory, survive, like this Enraged creature. He's got a cute little theme going on over there. Fish does draw, what is that, like 6 cards? It's not great. We really need to get some extra mana going. Actually, so if we equip this thing and put the Blade of Selves on it, that's actually a lot of mana. Landfall, no plants though. Fish was up to 8 cards after all of that. And a Soul Ring. Reckoner Bankbuster. Sweet. Let's play the land. This should be a pretty interesting turn. Crew the Plow. I'm probably not blocking with the commander. I would give up the Hippogriff first, I think. So, tap our commander. Crew 1. Yeah, this card gets a lot better when it's Crew 1. Then put the sword on it. Put the Blade of Selves on it. This thing is still white. Yes, that's still a white creature. Yeah, Fish has only white and green stuff, so I think we can poke into Fish. Go to combat. I'm excited about this. It's going to be ridiculous. Send this into Fish. Add a bunch of mana and a bunch of life. Well, 3 mana, 3 life, depending on what you consider a bunch. And then we'll Myriad, and then it'll be a bunch. So make 1 for Xeno. Oh, it's not going to trigger it. It's not going to do what I thought it was going to do. Yep. Timing. Timing matters. That's okay. Still get a little bit of extra mana, which we badly need. Gonna reroute all the damage from Warrior and Core over to the Basandra. Although, as a 6/3, That would kill Basandra. Unless they've got... Oh, they're going to send some over there. That's why. Oh, they're going to gain a lot of life out of that. This is a pretty good play. I like this. I like this. Wait. Oh, the damage hasn't been dealt yet, right? Oh, I should have got the Surge Hacker mech in first. Whoops. Yeah, I meant to blink the Surge Hacker. That was the thing I wanted to do. Hearth and Home trigger. What are we blinking? Well, I guess it's got to be our commander. Just because there isn't really much else to get value from, so... Yeah, I wanted to do the Surge Hacker mech and start whittling down Fish's board a little bit. Get a planes. Look at the top 7. Ooh. Daredevil Dragster is okay. Nodaloid Ship is a new one that looks pretty cool. Yeah, we'll get that one. Exile the Myriad tokens. So we've got a little bit of extra mana. We're so close to being mana positive on Nykthos. We need one more white source, but I think the way the math is working out right now is the Parhelion will leave us... I guess, yeah, we should probably get the Parhelion in, because it seems like it's going to be a low removal type game. And then... Oh, man, if we didn't use that 1 mana on the Blade of Selves, we would have been able to then activate this to get 5 more mana. Yep. Oh, that sucks. So we can go Copter, Mech Titan Core, or Bankbuster. I think I'll go for the Copter. Still trying to get the value to keep rolling in. Once again, hopefully a little removal out of our opponents. Slow Fish down. Fish just drew a lot, so we might just die. I don't know. There's 4 board wipes in the deck. There was a little bit more removal, but I cut some of it. I had some ETB stuff in here. Had like a Skyclave Apparition, and Cavalier Dawn was in at one point, but got cut. Brash Taunter. Oh, that's interesting. So reroute all the damage to the Brash Taunter. Wall of Essence, nice. I used to run that card. Whenever it's dealt combat damage, you gain that much life. So Xeno's got kind of a wall up over there. Notably, this has First Strike, which means it can block profitably, which is helpful. Mango really hurting on mana over there. Turn 7, 3 lands. Things that have not shaped up for Mango. There's a Delina. They get 2 triggers out of that, so they'll probably try to discard and get themselves into mana and things. Discarded an Acroma and a Garna over previous turns. Hits a land. Plays a Felwar Stone, so getting caught up a little, but still behind. And now we all need to weather the storm against Fish's turn after drawing a million cards. Legion's Landing. Not the most scary. It's the Overrun or the Finisher that I'm worried about at this point. Overrun would be pretty bad. Impact Tremors. Also, Impact Tremors stuff would be bad. Another big token producer. Equips the Skull Clamp. Oh, they can do that. They can just draw for days. Actually, that was the only X one. Okay, these are all 2/2s, so not the end of the world yet, but still very good plays. It's a lot of mana. Please don't be Titanic Ultimatum. Some colorless in there, though. Probably an X spell. Pest Infestation. Seriously? Wow. Yeah, don't love that. Don't love that at all. Oh, wow, it's going to be a bunch of 1/1s with haste, and then Impact Tremors is going to trigger a lot of times. Yep. Oh, wait. No, their commander's out of play, so they won't have haste, thank God. Still a lot of Impact Tremors, though. We're left with the Plow and the Copter. We need to find a way to blink the Hippogriff. Down to 19. Everything into Xeno. Xeno's at 13. But Xeno's got a lot of tricks. It's going to flip the Legion's Landing. Blocks with the Brash Taunter. Blocks with the Core. Blocks with the Wall. Oh, is this double the amount of... Twice the number of vehicles, so as long as we have 3, we can shoot this thing. Yeah, do the Warrior and Core thing. Ooh. No, it's opponents only, right? I was thinking they could shoot the tokens, but it's not how it works. I'm surprised they're not doing more on the... Does it only trigger once? Oh, I think it only triggers once. It probably all happens at the same time, right? You can do some into the Wall of Essence. Does that remove Death Touch? I don't know how that works when you redirect damage like that. Does that damage still have Death Touch when it gets redirected to another creature? Looks like probably yes. Fish draws. Looks like 4 more cards. Xeno's going to gain a little life. There's some Brash Taunter action. Does this thing have haste? Flying, Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink, and Haste. Something to think about. For 7 mana, we could get that. Swing into Fish. That's pretty big. We'd have some damage in the air if we did that. Skull Clamp's a token. Yeah, we actually have a lot of flying. Well, I guess we'd have to exile some of our flying, but... Magda is a card. Oh, yeah, we got to make some decisions this turn. Let's see. It would be 7 to do that. We have to exile 4 other artifacts and creatures, so probably our commander... well, definitely the Hippogriff. But by doing the Hippogriff, we could do 1, 2, 3. We could get the Magda first. How much mana do we have? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 mana. So we could cast a 2-drop first and then do it. So we could theoretically get like Magda in. We get a little extra if we attack with the Plow somewhere. We could... Ooh, okay. That's a play. So we could then sacrifice the token. Flying, Vigilance, Trample, Lifelink. Doesn't have First Strike. Makes me sad. We could sacrifice the token with the High Market at some point to raise our Hippogriff back Parhelion, which would gain us a lot of life and probably keep us alive. Which means I don't think we want to cast the Magda first. Yeah, I think we can. Okay, cast Magda. Cast Magda. Do we have any other dwarves? No other dwarves. Crew the Plow with Magda. Make a treasure. Cast Mech Titan Core. This thing is haste, right? We said haste. Does have haste. Why can't we do the Exile 5 thing? Oh, artifact creatures and or... Oh, we need artifact creatures and or... we don't have enough. We don't have enough. Now what? Okay. Okay. Messed that up.
Stupid, stupid, stupid. And cruel. And very stupid.
I think you made your point.
We need 1, 2... Maybe we just get the Surge Hacker mech then? I mean, I guess we wait. Let's just wait. Yeah, we'll go to combat, I guess. Send the Plow into Xeno. They can just block with the Brash Taunter. We get 3 mana and 3 life. I mean, I guess we might be able to use that to do the thing. Back to 21. We've gained some life this game. That life gain, pretty relevant. They block with the Brash Taunter. This is more effective than us trying to get to fish. Brash Taunter, targeting fish. Oh, we've got a little bit of extra mana. Can we do anything with it now? Would love to get the Surge Hacker mech and kill something. That would do that. But that would leave us with exactly 5. If we went Cultivator's Caravan, that probably gets us to the mana we need to be able to make this play. That actually leaves a little bit of... No, wait, do we have enough for the mech? Oh, the Hippogriff thing isn't going to work because it doesn't exile the Hippogriff. Okay, that being the case then, get the Surge Hacker mech. Get rid of the Frostfang. And if push comes to shove, we can activate them. Nope, do we not have enough? Oh, we're still 1 short. Still 1 short. We'll get the Cultivator's Caravan. Kind of need the mana. Leave the High Market up. Gain a life if we need to, but not excited about where we are. Something's got to happen to this giant board of creatures. I think there's been like 0 removal this game. I guess our Surge Hacker mech and I guess the one against us. That's been about it. Mango has a lot of menace. Mango could take down fish. Menace, menace, and menace. Fish only has 1 blocker up. That's actually like nearly lethal. Maybe we should have sent the Razor Hippogriff. Actually, if Xeno sends that in, then Mango's probably looking at lethal on fish, and we might get to keep playing here. That would be exciting. Fish goes down to 9. Xeno also at 9. Oh, and they've got Brash Taunter active, which means they can find some extra damage if they need to. That's an Aurelia. Well, that's a lot of extra damage, is what that is. Oh, God, please don't be 2 Aurelias. 2 Aurelias would be terrible. Oh, is that... Create a tapped attacking token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary. Oh, God. This is going to be a problem. Pay 1. Really wish we could have gotten the Mech Titan Core powered up. Because in theory, if we have... Well, maybe not. If it's actual infinite attacks, it's a problem. But makes 2 Aurelias. Wow, that's a lot of damage. This seems like it's probably infinite. Oh no, because the Delina trigger at end of combat. Oh no, okay. So the Delina tokens won't roll over to the next combat, which keeps it from going infinite. What does this say? Whenever non-token? Yeah, non-token. Still a lot of damage. It's 3 combats. They lose an Aurelia. Is this thing not working right? Legend rule doesn't apply to tokens you control. Yeah, it appears that Kadric's busted. That's unfortunate. Otherwise, this would be a really crazy turn. 3-2 into Xeno and the Aurelia into Fish. Delino will trigger, making an Aurelia. This Acroma looks pretty exciting with the Nautiloid ship, assuming Fish goes down here. I guess we also have the Mech Titan Core. Yep, there's the double block. Warrior reroute ability. There's the Brash Taunter. Fish is down to 3. And the Brash Taunter will finish Fish off. Nice. Now the question is, how many more attack steps are there, and can we survive all of them? Fish goes down. Oh, Delina goes down, which is good. Wait, does Delina? Yeah, Delina went down during combat. Back to combat. Let's see what they want to do with this one. Aurelia our way. Yeah, we're not going to do much about that. Suppose we could... well, too late now. I already F6'd it. We could activate this, double block, and lose 1. And get rid of Aurelia, which isn't a terrible idea. Down to 18. They are out of combat steps, thankfully. They would have one more if the thing was working right. Could use a big draw right here. We have decent stuff, but, you know. Triumphant Reckoning. Huh. You know, I've never cast this card. I've always wanted to. We would get some cool stuff back. It would use a lot of mana. Yeah, I think we do it. I think I figured it out. All right. Cast Triumphant Reckoning. Oh, we got the Cultivator's Caravan too. Nice, that'll help. And the High Market. First time casting this thing. It's been out for what, like 3 years at this point? It is not the easiest card to use, gaining some steam with all the vehicle stuff being printed. So we get back Parhelion, Sword of Hearthenholm, Consulate Dreadnought, and Blade of Selves. Parhelion will not have haste. Yeah, we need haste in this deck. So I guess we crew the Plow. Crew the Plow with Magda. Make a treasure. Add a bunch of white, which gives us 5 white, which is exactly enough. Where's our Mech Titan core at? To activate the Mech Titan core, we'd exile 4 other artifacts. Definitely this thing. That's removal. Copter, yeah, we can live without. Caravan, and I guess the Dreadnought? Sort of a question of who's scarier. That Brash Taunter could get us. Now what? That can attack. This can attack. Yeah, I think we send it into Mango, and it'll go down, but they have to give something up or lose life. And we send everything into Mango. So they go, this thing has Vigilance? This thing has Vigilance. We would lose some stuff if we went into Mango. Block that there, take 10, block this there, we would lose that, and then block that there, we would, our Plow would survive. Yeah, I think just this thing then. Send in the Mech Titan core. Oh, I forgot to attack with the Plow. We'd probably lose the Plow or get hit with the Brash Taunter, neither of which are great. There's still a world in which opponents could get us with this Brash Taunter being in play. Oh, God. Ew, yeah, because Brash Taunter can fight the thing. Oh, that's bad. Didn't think about that. Yep, here it comes. Brash Taunter. Oh, they're going to fight the Plow. Okay. That's fine. 6 damage to us. Yep. Yeah, this Brash Taunter is scary. Down to 12. Maybe a reason that we should have attacked Xeno. Mango goes down to 6. We're up to 22, so we're in safer range from the Brash Taunter, but there is an Aurelia on the battlefield. Can chew through life pretty quickly. Stuffy Doll. Double it up. Oh, God. This one's coming our way for sure. Yep. Where's our exile at? Gonna need some exile. I'll tell you what, Mech Titan Core is really sweet. This is a card that I've been thoroughly enjoying. Only played it a couple times, but 10-10 Flying Haste, Lifelink, Trample, Vigilance, love it. Especially since I've been on a keyword kick lately. Like, if it was just a 10-10 with, like, flying or something, it'd be like, fine. It's got 5 keywords on it, though. Good ones at that. Xeno out of cards. Mango's still at 7. Mango's been stuck on land, so hasn't been able to cast a ton. Oh, don't fear the thing. Oh, wait, this is black. Has all colors. Whip of Erebos is life gain. That is very relevant. Double lifelink would not help you. That no longer stacks, but it used to way back in the day. But lifelink also used the stack back then, so you could die before your lifelink triggers went off, which had happened to me a number of times. So bit of a trade-off there. Now your lifelink will keep you alive if a lethal attack's coming in, but you can't double it up like you used to. Hero's Downfall on the Hippogriff. That's an interesting choice. Oh, flying blocking. This thing has flying. What I should do is crew the Parhelion before that happens, but I think we're okay. Yep, it's not ideal. I was hoping to blink that Razor Hippogriff more. Aurelia our way. It has Menace, but they probably don't see the Parhelion line. And this is the thing that tends to come up with vehicle decks. Yeah. Aurelia on the stack, activate Parhelion. You tend to miscalculate blockers when you're facing heavy vehicle decks. I've done it a bunch of times. I've seen other people do it. And we can block more or less all day long. We won't gain any life right here because the Parhelion should kill it with first strike. The Stuffy Doll Brash Taunter is definitely an issue, though. By my count, we've gained 24 life this game, so we'd already be dead without the life gain. As far as I'm counting, 8 off the Hippogriff, 6 off the Plow, and 10 off the Mech Titan core so far. Lifelink, baby. Keeping us alive. For how much longer, though? Because, yeah, the Brash Taunter can fight something, and that would be a huge problem. Aurelia goes down. Brash Taunter, Stuffy Doll. Not ideal. Both at us, I think. If they fight this thing, we gain a ton of life, right? So, back to combat. See how this plays out. Just send in the 4-3. Down to 16. Double block. Stuffy Doll takes 4 damage. Yep. Down to 12. Oh, it was getting close. It's getting close. Think we're okay. Enlightened Tutor is a little bit late right there. Crew the Parhelion with the Magda. We could theoretically draw. I mean, we could draw into like a... Use this to get True Conviction and then True Conviction everything. I don't think we need to do that, though. Mango's got no flying left. Parhelion is crewed. I think we put Hearthenholm on the Mech Titan Core. Blade of Selves on our commander. Go to combat. Mech Titan Core into Xeno, because Xeno has flying blocking. Oh, wait, we have the sword on there, so that should be lethal. And then this one into Mango. I don't actually know if that's going to be lethal on Mango. And that one into Mango. This may not be lethal. Myriad and Parhelion both trigger. Put the Angels into Mango. We can make token attacking Xeno. We'll keep the original. Get an ETB trigger. Get Imperial Recovery Unit. Fun little card, but probably not one we need in this moment. Mango just said, their partner just said kill Mango first. I'm not sure if their partner is a Magic player or not, but it's still pretty funny. They block, and they might survive. They've got lifelink. They'll gain 2. We were already going to be close to begin with. We'll want to hold off on filming this guy just because he's not working right. It's pretty sad. Probably be a few weeks before that gets fixed. Xeno says, well, since I'm going down, yep, here it comes. Just see if there's a random off chance that something happens. Who do we fight? This looks like the biggest non-lifelink one. They're going to fight... Ooh. Okay. They're going to fight this thing, which will gain Mango life. So Xeno's going to go down, but Mango is probably going to survive. So Mango's going to get a crack at it. We're down to 8, although we should gain some life off this thing. Yeah, Xeno goes down. Xeno goes down. Mango survives. We do get a blink trigger with Hearthenholm. I think blinking... Go for the Astor again. We could blink the Magda just so we could tap it again, but meh. We'll get a Plains in case we run into a Maria. Astor trigger. Horde Hauler, one that I wanted to try out, and Heart of Kirin. We'll go for Heart of Kirin. It's a fun card. Then we'll just drop all this stuff in play. Exile target player's graveyard. There is some cool stuff in their graveyard. Well, that seems good for now. Our only real trick is Enlightened Tutor or High Market, but seems fine. They need a board wipe, and they probably need an artifact board wipe. Oh, new card. Haven't seen this one. Dahada, Binder of Wills. What does this do? Up to 1 target legendary creature you control gains Vigilance, Lifelink, and Indestructible until your next turn. That's pretty sweet. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put any number of them into your hand. Rest in the graveyard. Put any number of legendary cards, excuse me. Which one did they do? Appears they've gone with the minus. Yeah, they're going to reveal. See if they can find something. Create a token for each card put into your graveyard this way. Interesting. So they get a bunch of extra mana. Oh, and that can be your commander? Yeah, that's cool. Uh-oh. That's a Primeval's Glorious Rebirth. Well, it's a really good thing we just exiled their graveyard. Otherwise, there'd be a double strike Aurelia with lifelink coming at us. Although, I guess we have pro-white. Mango's deck looks really cool. I'm sad they got stuck on mana and didn't really get to get going. Also that the Kadric is busted. They had some cool stuff. Could have been doing a lot more with a few extra lands. Actually, all the decks this game were pretty cool. I really enjoyed all of opponents' decks. The Basandra was pretty sweet. They probably just needed a little bit of card draw. Like, if they drew a few extra cards in the game, they'd probably be able to stay in it if they can find, like, a removal spell or something. There's a Kadric coming at us. Double strike and the lifelink. I mean, I guess we should block it, right? God, I love Parhelion. So good. Spit out a bunch of 4/4s. It is a lot of mana, and it is very slow, but when you can get it working, it's pretty sweet. Are we up to 34 life gain now? I think we are. No, it would be 36, because the last one was 12. We'd be very negative without that life gain. Did I attack with the plow in there? Might even be more than that. Might be 39. I didn't even plan this as a life gain deck, but, you know, I just threw a couple things in here to make sure we could gain a little life, and they are paying off dividends. There's Myriad Landscape. I don't think we need to mess around too much. We will crew the Parhelion, make a treasure. I guess we could crew this thing. This thing's pretty cool. They do have a little bit of mana up. Oh, they got something. Bedevil on the Mech Titan core. Yeah, we don't have anything for that. I guess with that, we crew the plow with the Mech Titan core, since it's going to go down. And then the other stuff will get returned because Mech Titan core. And they scoop right there. I can't believe that worked. I totally thought we were going to die at least a couple times in this game. I'll tell you what, though. I had a lot of fun. It was a fun deck, even though we had a terrible start. Flooded with lands at the beginning, didn't really have much going in the early game. But once we got to the Hearth and Home and Blade of Selves, things got a little wild. So much value. And that, I mean, the cards we got off that were basically most of the things we played through the rest of the game. That was like the bulk of our card advantage. So that was pretty cool. It does make me look forward to the equipment version of this deck, which I said will be a budget build, because in that version we should be able to mess around with a lot more ETB creatures as well, and that's very exciting. So should be pretty cool. So yeah, I thought the deck played pretty well with the faster start. I think we would have been out there a little bit more if we had drawn a board wipe, of which there are many. Things would have also been a lot smoother. There's probably a couple little kinks to work out. Like I said, I think haste is a really big deal, so we're going to add a fervor into this deck. The question is, how useful is Oketra's Monument? It's a cool card, and there's 20 creatures in the deck, so you're not gonna be triggering it all the time. But you know, having a few extra 1/1s around, good for sacrificing, good for crewing your vehicles. So maybe we keep that. What do we get rid of? I have no idea. Daredevil Dragster seems kind of mediocre. We'll get rid of that. But yeah, I thought it was a fun little deck. Maybe less powerful than Astor, who is like very powerful, who has some overlap. And maybe also less powerful than Brunor, again, who has some overlap with this as well. So it's weird because it kind of combines two things, and it's a little bit less strong than both of those, but kind of having both together, pretty cool. Got to do some fun stuff, so I really enjoyed it. Again, I really enjoyed opponents' decks too. They had some really cool stuff going. Fish with the tokens. Mango had the legendary thing going, and the Basandra deck was actually not doing too bad. That Basandra deck got some damage done off the Brash Taunter and other stuff. Wouldn't mind seeing more of that one in the future. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching. I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel, vote on which decks I play next, or if you want to get some good games of Spell Table, be sure to check out my Patreon at the link below.